So there were multiple moments in the game where Jake would suggest something and I would be like, that's not, no. Like, you know what I mean? And I would be, that's kind of where we were. So when we got to the D vote at the final 5, I was already frustrated that it took me all day to convince him that we need to prioritize getting out D instead of Julie. Like, it took hours. It was long. It was all day. And he was so adamant about Julie. And I kept, explaining, and to his credit, he did eventually come around and be like, okay, got it. D is a bigger threat here. Like, we got to get D out. But the fact that it took so long to convince him kind of reiterated in my mind, I don't trust this person's thought processes. And I knew Jake was very desperate for a big move. Jake has big move-itis like nobody's business. Like, he is dying for a big move. And so we're at the final 5. I'm like, he's going to try to make a big move. This is exactly what I said to myself. He is going to try to make a big move, and it's going to be an illogical big move, and it's going to backfire on me. And that's what I didn't trust. And so when I'm looking at him, I'm like, can I be sure that you're just going to stick to the plan? Can I be absolutely sure that whatever we say right now, you'll do? And, this is kind of where I think, like, my real life experiences come back into the game, because the way I've lived, my survival instinct is key. Like, the good news is all of that crap that's happened in my life, it just means that I have a really sharp survival instinct. Like, it's sharp. It comes out quick, and it's hard. It's loud. And so if you're lying to me, it's like ding, 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 ding in my ear. And usually that's what I need. It's like how I survive life, right? But that instinct is going to come out if you're lying. It's going to come out even stronger when it's somebody I already know I can't trust. And it's going to come out even stronger when it's somebody who has lied to me, shown me they can't trust me, and participated in things that have made me feel excluded. And on top of that, I don't trust your thought processes. So it was like every alarm bell in my body was saying, Jake's up to something. He's lying. Something's going to happen, and it's not going to be smart at all. And it was kind of right. Like, I was obviously wrong about what he was hiding. He was still going to vote with me, but I wasn't wrong that he was lying to me. And I wasn't wrong that he was hiding something. And I wasn't wrong that the thing that he thought would be a great idea is something that if I heard it, I'd be like, no, why would you do that? Because in my mind, you never tell people when they're about to get blindsided, because somebody who's afraid and thinking they're going to go home, that's the most dangerous moment. That's somebody who feels backed against the corner. They're liable to do anything when you're backed against the corner. And that's what I felt. I felt backed against the corner. I felt Jake's lying. He's going to try to do something exciting. And in reality, everybody's going to write my name down. And, let me just be clear. I own that mistake. I do own it. I eat it 100%. That's a Katurah. You let fear take over, and that's 30 plus years of being like, when we have the ding 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 alarm, we listen to it, and it saved our lives. And it didn't need to be used this time. And that's kind of like the beauty of Survivor. It like shows you these areas. Like, I didn't know my survival instinct was so strong that it's going to kick in even when I don't need it to, because in that moment I should have been thinking not about survival, but winning. Right. And it doesn't matter if I don't survive. It doesn't matter if I write down D and they all are voting against me and I get out the game, because at least I did the move that I needed to do to win. That's in hindsight. In the moment, I'm looking at this person who's lied to me before, who I don't feel is trustworthy, who I can't trust in this moment. That's why I kept saying, put it on something, put it on your nana, I wanted to believe him, but I can't go. It was believe Jake or listen to my body, and my body's gonna win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Very, very fair, I will say, because I feel like watching that, I was like going through the anxiety with you of like, what is going on right now? What is happening here? Yeah. Oh, such a good season. Just a good finale.
That's a good overall season, right? Yes. So deep. Like, even watching it myself, I'm like, no.
Oh, but it was so many twists and turns in that finale, and you think like you have an idea of how things are gonna go, and I was like, never mind, I don't know anything. So
yeah. And I even remember too, like when Julie left at Final Five, like when I switched my vote and Julie left, then that moment when Jeff snuffed her torch, I said, I lost the game. Like I knew it at 5. I was like, you fucked up. You lost the game right then. But I'm so used, I don't know, I'm so used to being in the most impossible of situations and finding a way. Like Katurah can do it. Like this isn't normal. Most people would crack under this, but Katurah can do it, right? Like that's my motto. That's been my life. That's how I'm here. That's how I'm able to be successful. I'm Katurah. I can do it. And I remember saying, okay, well, shoot, if Julie's gone now, maybe I'll win at 4 and I'll put D in fire with Austin and then she'll leave. You know what I mean? I kept trying to think if there's any other way around it. And then watching it back, you just gotta accept what it is. Like, sure, in the moment, if I had clarity and this wasn't somebody who was a part of that beginning tribe and all these bad decisions and all these issues that me and Jake had in our relationship, maybe it would have been different. But when I look at that moment, I'm like, I see me, and I see a girl that was scared and that said, like, right now, all I know is you got to at least be here another day. You got to at least survive. And that's been my motto the whole time. And it's worked with me 18,000 times before. Maybe it'll work now. And it just didn't. It just didn't. But
it got you very far, though, and
it got me far. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I can't. I know there's a portion of the internet that wants me to like beat myself up about it, and I'm like,
don't.
I can't though, because first of all, talk to me when you did it, and got as far as I got. You know what I'm saying?
How are you hating from outside the club when you can't even get in?
Exactly. I'm only taking criticism from people final 3 and up, first of all. And then secondly, it's like, man, it was so bleak on Bello. I don't even think it's clear. I don't even think people understand how bleak it was on Bello. Like, it was like, I knew if we went to tribal, it was me, and it could be in my head. It could not be, right? Like, different people may say different things. And, it would have been Bruce. But the actions and the energy and the way I was being, interacting with other people really made me feel like it was going to be me. And so to remember being like, it's day 7. And if we go to tribal, they're for sure going to vote me out. And like having that feeling carry you around for all those days, and then constantly have things that like reiterate that what you're feeling isn't crazy. Like, oh, okay, y'all all do this. Y'all just walk away and leave without me. Got it. Like, oh, okay, y'all just find idols for Bruce and not talk. It was like, got it. Okay, got it. Like, and it even watching the show, I saw things that I didn't see. Like, I didn't know that Kelly was, holding, keeping the lookout while they were finding Bruce's idol. And like, everybody's saying, oh, Katurah is so sloppy. How dare she look for an idol? And it's like, these are my reactions to being literally at the bottom. And I'm never going to apologize for fighting. I'm never going to just lay down and die. Like, come on. If I try to get in 18 different ways and I'm not getting in, I'm looking for an idol. I'm trying to who wins tribe swap, because I'm trying to connect. It just so happened that by day 7, I was like, Jesus, give me a tribe swap. Give me a tribe, because I reached the point where I knew it's not me. Like, I'm trying, and whatever's happening here, it's not letting me in. So I was like, as soon as I get a tribe swap, I'll be good. And then tribe swap happened. It was the exact same people. and it was like my one little tiny glimmer of hope and support, Kendra, was gone. So it was like, I'm back with all Bello and just no Kendra and no my support. And so, those days were rough. And so to know that I pushed through and I outlasted all of them with the exception of Jake, it's like, I can't get mad at my survival instincts for kicking in. Now I know next time, let them kick in, and then stop and pull the trigger when you need to. And that's my lesson.
Yeah. And I kind of going off